Hello, everybody. This is Coach Razo here. This is part two to the transversal lines and parallel lines. So ideally, what's going on in this one is that I'm piggybacking off the other video, and we're going to go ahead and focus on these two aspects, and it's along with finding the missing angle measure. Now, if you remember from the last video, we worked on types of angles, how to identify them, how to classify them, and how are they different. So the one that I added here is ideally linear pair, where it's just where you have two angles that are right next to each other and they share a common line along the way. Vertical angles are just angles that make a perfect X, and they're completely on the opposite corner, facing it kind of like a mirror. And then you have the rest that you have here. Now, the one thing I do want to go ahead and clarify is how to go and read an angle. So sometimes when you're given these types of problems, you have to identify how, and which parts you're looking at, and ideally it's like what you need to focus on. So ideally, you think of it as you're walking down this like this tightrope, and if you're walking this tightrope, you cannot jump off of it. And so in order to go ahead and create an angle, is that you have to walk towards 3 points. So if you walk towards, if we start at Y, and we're trying to name an angle, you walk towards B. So now you have Y, you have B, and then you walk towards X, okay? And there you go. And so now you happen to be over here. Now that being said, just to make it a little bit easier in how to create the angle and where you're looking at, make that bridge. So make a bridge so you can make it easier for you to go back, okay? So this part is actually your angle, okay? So what's the angle measure of this? How long is this bridge that you just created? So, and the way you name it is you have angle YBX, okay? So you can also name it the other way around. So if I go ahead and get a blue person from right here, and I make him walk the line, I can call this X, you walk, B, and then Y. And then you call it angle, okay? And then you make a bridge, and there you go. So just giving you ideas how to go and name these along the way. If you're still a little bit confused, then we'll practice a little bit more. So start your person. You start at A, you walk to W, and then you walk to M, and there's your angle. Okay, and then don't forget your bridge. Create the bridge that you need to have, and that's going to be your angle that you need. Okay, so this angle represents that. Okay, so that's going to be how we're going to name that one. Okay, and then you can do the reverse one, MWA, and that's going to be your angle. Now you'll be given like a situation like this one, where you have lines crossing over each other, and then you have to pick out where you're at. So if we go ahead and talk about an angle, and we're going to say we're going to say EAC. Okay, I want you to find this angle. You will start here. You will start at E. That's where your little person is going to be at. You're going to walk, and you're going to go to C. And then you walk, and then you're going to go to A. Okay, and then you finish here. Then build the bridge. Okay, so that's going to be the angle that we're focused on. Okay, so if I create another one, let's call this one, let's call this one B. So let's say we have another one. I'm going to call this angle BAC. So we're going to go ahead and start it where B's at. So that's where you start. This is B, starting it over here. I'm walking it to A, walk to C, build the bridge. And so this bridge represents your angle. Boom, boom, and there's your angles. And then you can classify it based on whatever you see from here. Okay, so this one's probably an alternate interior. So you look at this, like alternate interior. You can abbreviate, makes life a little bit easier. Okay, so give me a heads up. All right, so let's get and start these. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on 2 and 3. They're already highlighted. So you have to find each angle measure, missing angle measure. So in this case, 5 and angle 4 and angle 5 are missing. So angle 4 and angle 5. So they each represent their uh, they each represent have axes and then they have values inside of it. So angle 5 is right here. Angle 4 is right here. So we're going to focus on what's the name of that one. So if we go back to these, which one does it match with? Is it the yellow? No. Is it the blue? No. Is it the green? Maybe. Is it the brown? No. Is it the pink? No. Is it the lime green? No, it's not. So that means it's going to be alternate interior. So in this case, it will be alternate interior. Okay. Now, here's the one thing about this too. So as you're going with this, you have to understand that these, when they happen to have the parallel lines in them, they represent values. And they can go ahead and be a certain value for each one. And so for corresponding, all the angles are going to be the same. Now, if I say this is 60, or let's say, actually, let's make it more reasonable. Let's say that's going to be 100 degrees. This one will be 100 degrees. Okay. So for consecutive, oh, the ones that are going to be congruent. So if I say this is congruent, that means if I say this is 80, this one right here will be 80. If I have an alternate interior one, that one will also be congruent. So if I happen to say this is 110, this is 110. Okay, so all the ones that I'm labeling right now are going to be congruent. Vertical, they are congruent. If this happens to be 95, this one down here will be 95 as well. Now, there's a few that I left behind, and ideal is because they represent a different value. So when you have same side interior angles, they will be equal to 180. When you have a linear pair, they will be equal to 180 because they add up to 180. Okay. So just giving you a heads up on what you have to go ahead and work with. Okay. Now, from here, if they're alternate interior, which means I'm going to set these up to solve it. So angle 5 and angle 4. So angle 5 is equal to angle 4. So I'm going to have 10x minus 40 is equal to 2x plus 24. And then you can just use your algebra to go ahead and solve this. So it'll be 8x minus 40. You add 40 on both sides. So you have 8x equals to 64. And divide by 8. And then your x is equal to 8. So it just happens to be 8. Now, as usual, take your x and plug it in. So plug it into angle 4. And then you have 2x plus 24. And then you plug it in. So 2 times 8. 16 plus 24. And that'll be 48 degrees in this one. Okay? So that's 40 degrees on this one. Just be careful whenever you do it while solving these problems. Now, if you need like a little chart to help you with these, so you can have, here it is. So you have alternate. Let's go ahead and use different colors, use black. So there are ones that are going to be congruent, there's ones going to be equal to 180. Okay, so the ones that are congruent are alternate interior, alternate exterior, and they will be corresponding. It will also be vertical. Now, the ones that are equal to 180 are going to be same side. They will also be linear pair. Okay, so for those who need like a chart, something to help you out to work these out, then you can use this. Don't forget about it. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. Okay. So from now on, I'm going to go ahead and start setting these up. Okay. So 2 and 6 for my next one. So get rid of this. I'm just going to set them up. I'm not going to solve these. So I have 2. Use angle 2 and angle 6. So now, if I'm trying to figure this one out, which one of these is it? Is it the alternate interior, alternate exterior, corresponding, vertical, same side, or is it a linear pair? So if you're a visual person, which one of these does a match? Is it the yellow, the blue, the green, the brown one, the pink, or the lime green? And if you're thinking lime green, then you're correct. So I have angle 2 plus angle 6, which is equal to 180. So this would be a linear pair. Okay, so you have angle 2, which is 6x minus 5 plus 11x plus 15 is equal to 180. Okay, so you can solve this on your own. Solve that on your own from there. Okay. Okay, so for the next ones, what I'm just gonna do is that I'm gonna help you identify the angle because that's the biggest problem that we got that I've seen among students. So L, M, N, walk the line. So walk. So walk the line. So I'm starting at L. You're gonna walk to M, and then you're gonna walk to N. And then from there, build a bridge. Okay, so build your bridge, boom, right there. So now that's your angle that you have to work with. Okay, so focus. Next one, the measurement of angle OPQ. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just box it. So OPQ. So I'm starting at O right here. Walk the line. Go to P. Walk to Q. There you go, and then build your bridge right there. Okay, so there you go. So now you have these two. So you go back to using your maybe like your graphic. So is it yellow, blue, green? Is it like the brown one? Which one is it? Okay. So for some of you, or I'm expecting everybody, is that these will be considered alternate exterior. Okay. And so you'll have them equal to each other. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put 3.5x minus 14 is equal to 1.5x plus 15. There you go. And if you solve it, you get a decimal, then it may be a decimal. Okay. So solve it on your own. Okay. So there you go. So I'm not gonna solve these. You're gonna be doing on your own. Okay. So from here, let's do DBC. No, DCB. So you give a measurement of angle DCB. So I'm walking at D, go to C, and then go to B. Build that bridge. So that's going to be your angle that we're looking at. So make it nice and neat. And then let's go with measurement of BCE. We got BCE. Boom. So I'm walking from B to C. See, it's okay. Sometimes they may overlap. Look at that. What type of angle pair is that? And if you're thinking linear pair, then you're correct. That means they're equal to what? 180. Okay. So 9x minus 7 plus x plus 90 is equal to 180. And then you can go ahead and use your math skills on your own, okay? So solve on your own. Okay, so there you go, guys. Okay, so just keep practicing along the way and tune into the next video.